Hello and welcome to CFB UK, home of the UK's biggest college football fan page, for the fans, by the fans. And yep, it's time again, 4 from 4,000 time. 4 from 4,000. If you've not familiar with us before, or seen any of our videos, we do a segment here called 4 from 4,000. And why 4,000? What's the relevance of 4,000? We're about 4,000 miles away from mainland USA, and we're bringing you exclusive interviews from the stateside back to the UK. So we've had interviews from all over America, north, south, east, west. And today's guest is coming from the south. There's a little clue. We're really extremely fortunate to be introduced you to this guy because he's one of the newest transfers in this year's portal. He was a breakout star in the Sun Belt Conference. And this talented outside linebacker, as we mentioned, is just moved to a new team. Down in Texas. But from the Sun Belt Conference, he's moved up to the Big 12 Conference, and that awaits for him this season. He's a huge 2021 NFL draft prospect. So please give a warm welcome to the newest senior Baylor Bear. We've got William Bradley King.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
We are all good. Thank you so much for joining us and then joining us again, flowing around this morning, sorting everything out. Ooh, what's that background you got there?
Yeah, I got a little Baylor Stadium behind me.
Is that the Baylor Stadium?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, look at that. That's a beauty.
Very nice.
It's very nice. Well, we've tried. As you can see, Nick has got the nice Baylor setup, yeah. and I hope I've got it right because this was for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If I took down my green screen, you'll see the flag on the wall.
Yeah, well, brilliant. See, we started off the research well. So you're over in Texas. It's about
yes, sir.
12. How's it going today?
Man, it's going good. Woke up, did a little research over practice. We had our first OTA yesterday, and I'm just recovering the rest of the day, getting ready for the week.
I mean, it's a brand new program for you. I mean, you've just had 3 years of being in the Sun Belt Conference, and now you're over in the Big 12. I bet it's completely different for you, and we will touch on that in a minute. So I'm just going to pull up. We have a script that move up to here. Good. So, is it William? What do you prefer?
People call me WBK.
Yeah, right. I'm definitely calling you WBK now. So WBK, born and raised in Kansas City, home of the Super Bowl champions. What was it like growing up in the city?
It's real different. I would say like the city and Kansas City is more of it's heavily populated. I feel like a lot of people come from Kansas City. Football is not too big. I really play every sport in the book just to, try to find a way out, just to try to, get a scholarship. It's different, but I grew up a Chiefs fan, grew up a Royals fan, played baseball, played football, played basketball. I did everything in the book.
So you're an all-rounder then? You played all sports? Yes. Any soccer? Any soccer?
Nah. Soccer.
That's okay.
WBK, so outside of football, what interest did you have when you were younger? Obviously, you just mentioned you were quite into your other sports, but is there anything that's a little bit different that you're interested in?
Man, I'm really interested in like mentoring people. I want to really just spread, positivity in people's lives and just try to make people better, because, kids today, are generational faces that we'll see for lifetimes.
Yeah. Good. Like that.
And with your kind of like your size and your speed, have you ever obviously you play at defensive end, have you ever played like any other position growing up?
I grew up playing linebacker, tight end, defensive end. So, I really stayed around the same.
I'm muted. There we go. Muted. So you just a tight end. How come you ended up on the defensive side of the ball? Were you never like going to follow up that sort of Travis, which way? Kind of thing?
Man, I would have loved. Well, I really looked up to like Tony Gonzalez, but just from a defensive standpoint, man, I love getting after the quarterback. You know, I just love tackling people. I love being the aggressor. You know, when you playing offense on the offensive side of the ball, you kind of taking more of the blows. You know, I'd rather deliver them.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You prefer to be the guy. The amount of people we've heard who said, "Yeah, I'd rather be the guy who hits someone else," is fair enough. Like it's in your blood, isn't it? Like you want to be the tackling and being a defensive player. It's got to be in the blood because you don't wake up one day and just want to be able to tackle someone. Like offensive players, you ask a wide receiver, do you want to swap and be a linebacker? There is no way in how they want to do that. But I think it's the same with linebackers. Like they would rather stay, or defensive players, they'd rather, no, you can catch the ball. I'll just maul a guy. So
exactly.
That's fair. So we're going to go back to your high school days. As you said, you played a bit of sport here and there. Coming out of high school, one of the things that we really find interesting is that, you know, we've spoken to guys who went to high school in loads of different places. And I guess if you had have been growing up in Texas, high school football is huge there, and the recruitment is crazy. But you obviously grew up in Kansas City. Did you live in Missouri or did you live in Kansas?
Yes, sir. I lived in Missouri.
In Missouri, okay. Because I know it's the city's like right on the border, isn't it? So according to 24/7, the recruitment page says you were a 2-star recruit. Russell Wilson was a 2-star recruit. So what does that mean? Yeah. But you had your offers. It says your offers were North Dakota State, Western Illinois, and Arkansas State. So can you we can only read that on the screen. So can you kind of tell us about your recruitment, about maybe some of the schools that you might have talked to and stuff, and also let us know why was it Arkansas State that you landed on?
Yeah, I went to a smaller Class 3 school, heavily under-recruited. You know, Kansas City, Missouri I think it's just a tough area to recruit. I felt like I was overlooked most of the time. You know, I hit the camp heavy, but schools never really just pulled the trigger. So, you know, but like the FCS level, you know, they were heavy on me. I say about 3 weeks prior to signing day, I got my Arkansas State offer, and I took a visit and just loved it. You know, I fell in love with it and everything they just presented to me, and I felt like, you know, that would be my best interest to go to Arkansas State. I felt like I could go to the NFL from there. You know, I also threw discus, and I had a couple offers for like track. You know, I was looking at Missouri and numerous FCS schools for that too.
Ooh, wow. Is there scholarships for things like discus and stuff?
Yes, sir. Track.
No, sorry, I know that might sound like a really stupid question, but we don't have sports scholarships. Don't exist in England. No, yeah. So college sport doesn't. We do. College sport is all amateur in England, so there is no pathways from college into professional. The only if you're good at football, soccer, which is obviously our main sport, you could be an academy for a professional team from the age of like 6 years old, and you kind of can leave school. It's like 16, and from 16 to 18 do academics with the football, the soccer team you play for. But yeah, there's no pathways through college. So for me to ask about like, is discus something you can get a scholarship for? No, like you can't get a scholarship for soccer. Like it doesn't exist. There is no, even the biggest like university soccer teams, if they might have a crowd of like a couple of hundred at best. Yeah, you can't fill one stand of a stadium in any sport in England that's not professional sport where they get paid. So it's completely different, which is why we love it over there. That's why we think it's so cool. So.
Yeah. Wow, that's crazy.
So looking at your statistics from Arkansas State, when you first started your freshman year, you had played about 4 games, and then you steadily improved on that to that 13 and a half sacks across like your sophomore and junior seasons. What did you do to ensure you got more time on the field to increase playing time and increase your stats? So you just basically put yourself in the spotlight.
And first of all, I had a great D-line coach, great defensive coordinator. So, you know, they will always just set me up there for success. But really, it was, you know, I watched the guys that played above me, you know, Javon Rolling-Jones, Chris Odom, Caleb Caston, just other great defensive ends. You know, I watched them, watch their style of playing and just put my own flavor to it. And just seeing how they worked, you know, outside of football, you know, how they study film and, you know, put in extra work and time on their own. And, you know, I just noted. I took all notes from that.
Great stuff.
Nice. Always learning.
Yeah.
Something that was huge for you, like off the field, was like your brotherhood and your fraternity. Can you tell us more about kind of like that? Obviously, we don't have things like fraternities over in this country.
Yeah, I'm a part of Omega Psi Phi fraternity. It's a Christian-based fraternity. I grew up with like only girls, you know, so I kind of, you know, I kind of felt like, you know, being in the fraternity was like the brotherhood that I never had. So, you know, I have 6 other line brothers, and they're from all over the world. You know, Texas, Oklahoma, California, Missouri. You know, and those guys, you know, I'm very close to those guys, and I could call them for literally anything. It's just like the relationship we built. You know, it's near and dear to my heart.
That's really cool to know. I saw the name of your fraternity, but I didn't realize it was like a Christian fraternity and had the religious side to it. So that's really cool. Sorry, I'm going to keep saying things, but I love it when you said for all over the world, and then you said like Texas and California and stuff. Because like I think we're like almost 5,000 miles away from you. It's like, it's crazy. Like we are the other side of the world from you right now. So yeah, when we say all over the world, we think like we had one from Japan, one from like America, one from Australia. But America is such a huge country that you can fit all of our country inside of Florida. That's how small our country is. You can fit the entire of England inside of the state of Florida. And then there's like, 49 more states. So it's insane. But like, I think it's interesting because we learn so much from you just about culture and stuff like that in America. And, you know, that's what we like to be a bit different to other college football fan pages, because we are the biggest and maybe only real English UK one. And just to share how important your sport is, that we stay up at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to watch a 7 o'clock at night game, it's just testament to how much we want to learn and how much we enjoy what you guys do. Oh, am I next? I'm next, aren't I? Sorry. So, Arkansas State, obviously, you played a few games in your freshman season, but steadily across sort of the next 2 seasons, you know, you've had 13 and a half sacks across your junior and sophomore season. I'm not sure if we touched that already. What was your favorite game at Arkansas State? The game that you thought, this is the game where I remember best of how well I played and what happened in that game?
Okay, my favorite game would probably be UNLV. I closed the game out with a sack. I had, I think, 9+ tackles. I think 2 sacks, a couple TFLs, a pass deflection. It was a good game for us, for sure. And we came out on top. So,
what was your secret to getting more game time? Because obviously you saw your game time increase. What was your secret to getting on the field for more and more snaps?
I think just the secret of playing more is just doing exactly what your coach wants you to do. You know, every position has an assignment. and the alignment. And coaches, they just teach it a certain way. If you do your job the best, it's no way they can keep you up.
Very true. Very true. Yeah, can't keep a good man off the field, no.
So obviously now we know that you've transferred to Baylor. When did you first find out that a big school like Baylor was interested in you, and how was that process? How did you feel and everything?
Yeah, when I entered the transfer portal, I had Baylor reach out. That was one of the first schools that reach out, and I loved it. The genuine love immediately, and I could see that they really wanted to help me. So, they had my attention from the jump. And the more we talked, the more I loved them. I just feel like I couldn't have made a better decision.
Did you have any other schools interested in you? Any other big schools?
Yes, sir. I talked to like 12. I talked to a couple schools, American Conference. I talked to a lot of schools. I never thought I would.
Good.
Hold on. We all support different teams. Can you nod your head if you spoke to one of our teams? You don't have to say anything about it. Can you nod your head if you spoke to one of our teams? Can you do that? Go on, James. Who's yours?
Florida State.
Oh,
Florida State. Florida State as well. So that's that.
All right. I don't. You might. I'm a Nebraska fan. Okay. So you guys can feel offended that he didn't choose the Seminoles, but I'm okay. Although I can just be annoyed. That we didn't reach out to him. So that's fine.
Yeah.
I love that.
With you going to Baylor, have you been told kind of like what your role is going to be on the team this year?
I mean, not really. I play the outside linebacker jack position. Sometimes we're going to drop in coverage. Sometimes we're going to rush the passer and stop the run.
So what about have you been told, flipping the question, but I think that's what James, like, have you been told like your role on the team, as in like, something's really important to you because this is your senior season. Did you kind of need to know that you were going to be sort of in there from the start, like a starter?
Really, one of my questions would be like, what kind of defense they run. I wanted to go and play a defense that fitted me, and a defense that'll just, help me for the next level. And Coach Aranda and Coach McGuire, they had that defense. And really, it's football. I've been playing football all my life. It's just on a bigger stage. So, I just wanted a chance to compete. I wanted to just know, I have a chance to compete for the starting job.
Just a quick question, how many does the Arkansas State Stadium hold? Do you know roughly?
Yeah, I don't know.
Was it like 20,000? Was it like 40,000? Was it a big stadium?
It was a pretty big stadium.
I want to see, because I think Baylor's like 80,000, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, 80,000.
So do you think that moving to like play in front of such a bigger audience is going to affect you or phase you whatsoever?
No. We had big all the time at Arkansas State. We played Bama. We played Georgia. We played at Nebraska.
30,000 at Arkansas State.
45 at Baylor. I thought Baylor was bigger than that, actually. I mean, 45,000 for a college stadium still blows my mind. That 45,000 is like one of the top 10 biggest stadiums in this country, in England, for soccer. So that, in itself is crazy, but still, that'll be cool. Playing in Texas, I think that's gonna be sweet. They live and breathe football. They really do. Not that anywhere else doesn't, but Friday Night Lights and all that. Anyway, whose turn is it? It's not my turn, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, great. This is the juicy question. Sorry, we have to ask this about you, WBK, because it's something that's going to be very prevalent for you. This is your senior season, so we know what that this time next year means. Draft time. And so by the way, we'll preface this with, we do not endorse draftsite.com, but we do our research, and draftsite.com are already pretty on it, looking at mock drafts for next year. And they've done a 7-round mock draft already. And in their expert opinion, they have you as the 85th overall pick, 3rd rounder, the Philadelphia Eagles. So they're pretty high on you. They clearly see how good of a player and your talents are. But what are your thoughts and sort of processes about the draft? Have you thought a lot about it? Because we spoke to some guys who've said, yeah, look, I know it's coming and I need it, or we'll just see what happens. What's your thoughts and process? Because we have to ask this question.
Yes, sir. I just know, like, in my mind, as long as I do everything I'm supposed to do, and as hard as I can, I know that, you know, I'll be a first round draft pick. You know, I wanna, you know, shock the world, because, you know, a lot of people think I can't do a lot of things. So, you know, I want to just prove all the doubters wrong, and I want to play in the Senior Bowl, and, you know, I want to, you know, just constantly increase my draft stock.
With absolutely no disrespect to Arkansas State, you know, they've produced a fantastic player in you. Do you think, and it's all about just you getting, you know, some conferences don't get the respect they deserve, rightly or they're definitely wrongly. But do you think that this transfer into your senior season to play in a conference like the Big 12 helps your draft stock?
Yes, for sure.
That's fair.
For sure.
I mean, I know that's. I mean, I'm sure I knew the answer, but I just thought it'd be fair to kind of say, because I mean, Arkansas State helped produce you, and Baylor are just gonna get you over the edge, I'm sure. Cool.
Yes.
Right. Well, that's sort of the main question. So I've got 2 questions for you, and they're a little bit more. I say they're personal. They're not personal, but we ask these to all of sort of our guests because we want to know a little bit more about you, that away from the field. So the first question is, can you tell me something about you that we could not Google? That, you know, something that you're interested in, that you love, that you're good at, maybe a hidden talent, or anything at all, that we couldn't just Google it and find out that that's something that you're into or like?
Probably my why. My why is my aunt. Just because she adopted me and my younger sister.
What did you say? Sorry, cut out.
I say y'all couldn't Google my why, and my why is my aunt. My aunt, my why, because she adopted me and my younger sister.
Your why? Sorry,
why? As in his reason why.
Mm-hmm. The reason why.
So that's your inspiration. That's your reason for doing this. It's just for. I like that. Impressive.
So you must have an amazing relationship with your aunt then.
Yeah, I do.
So that might follow the next question then. The other question is, you've obviously moved across to Texas now, away from home, and you've taken all the things that are important to you to help you with your academics, with your sport. But is there something that you can show us that is in your room, if you are in your room at the moment, which I presume you are, that is really important to you? It could be anything from a necklace to a piece of gym equipment that you use all the time, something that like is something that's really important that you had to take to Texas with you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
The Bible.
Okay.
That's another reason I chose Baylor. You know, they just, you know, they have church, you know, as a team, you know, every Sunday, and then like when we're training and stuff, they'll stop and you know, we'll have like a small brief Bible study. You know, I want to just, you know, keep getting closer to God, keep building my relationship with God.
That's great. No, that's really cool. That's really nice. I didn't realize that. That's really cool. Like in Texas, schools do that kind of thing on a Sunday and stuff. I can see that. I can see that for sure. Cool. Well, thanks for telling us those 2 little personal things. We really appreciate that. So, Let's have a little bit of fun. Game time. We have a game for you. All right. And
All right.
it's called Guess the Brit. So we've got 10 photos for you that I'm going to show you on the iPad. Yeah, you've just got to guess who the person is or what the thing is. Now they've all either like been in America or they've been on American TV quite a lot. They're like English people who have made it in America. So yeah. Very quick question. Do you know, Nick, how I can take my background off in mid, or can you not do it mid interview?
Yeah, if you click on your video, there's a little arrow next to your video, and you can choose virtual background. So where it says stop video.
Yeah, I'm going to take it off for a second. And you can see my. There you go. Because I realized this caused a major problem in other ones. Right, here we go. Question 1. Right, okay, this guy is a famous soccer player, or was a famous soccer player. He played for like England and Real Madrid, but then he came and played for LA Galaxy, really famous guy who played for the Galaxy. And now he owns a team in Miami. He owns Inter Miami FC, and his wife was in the Spice Girls. Do you know who this is?
The face looks familiar, but I don't know his name.
We're very like I don't say friendly, but we're very like helpful here. So we still give you the point if we give you one of the names. So if you which name do you want, first or last name, and if you get the other one, we'll give you the point.
First name.
His name's David.
Yeah, no, I still don't know.
No. So this is David Beckham.
David Beckham.
So question 2. This is the most important person in England. Okay. Do you know who this is? Is it showing up?
Yeah. Is that Queen Elizabeth?
It is Queen Elizabeth. Boom. There we go. Okay. Music time. This guy has traveled all over America and sold out shows. Quite big at the moment. And I think he had a big hit song with Justin Bieber as well. Do you know who this guy is?
No.
No? If his last name's Sheeran. No. It's 2 letters and the first one's E.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
Oh.
Right, this is important. Have you ever seen Harry Potter?
Harry Potter. My aunt wouldn't let me watch Harry Potter.
So you don't know who this is?
No.
This one has stumped a lot of people. Okay, so she's an English actress called Emma Watson.
Okay.
And she's called Hermione in Harry Potter. We would take the point for either. But if you haven't seen Harry Potter, then that's fair enough. All right, but have you ever seen this talent show in America? America's Got Talent. Yeah. And this English judge.
That's the mean one.
That is the mean one.
What is his name? Yeah, I don't know it.
His last name is Cowell.
See, I would have rather you gave me the first name, but
the first name. Yeah. Most people have told us the first name, but don't know the last name. His first name begins with S.
Is what?
His first name begins with S.
Sam?
Close. Simon.
Simon. Yeah.
All right. You'll know. The thing is, I reckon the last 5 in a row are easier than the first 5 for sure.
Okay.
So who's this actor? English actor. Again, if you want the name lifeline, we'll give you one of his names.
What is his name? What is his name? Isn't that like Idris? Something like that. Edba, something like that.
Idris Elba.
Yeah, we'll give you that.
Yeah. I'll give you that. All right. When you're in the NFL, I'm making lots and lots of money. You can eat at this guy's restaurant every single night. Okay. Do you know who this dude is? From Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, no, I don't know his name. I know exactly who he's talking about.
First or last name? What do you want?
First.
Gordon.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Gordon Ramsay.
Ramsay. Yeah.
All right. These last three, I think you're going to smash. This is a drink. This is a really important drink in England that we drink like 6 times a day. Do you know what it is?
Coffee? Oh, no.
Drink. Right. Okay. So you guys do drink it, but not like we drink it. The cold version, you can have like bottles of peach this or Lipton's ice this.
Oh, iced tea?
Take out the ice.
Tea?
Tea. English tea is like the most important thing in England. I mean, I don't really drink it, to be honest, actually, but I'm weird like that. I don't really drink it. But that's tea. I'll give you tea. Okay. English takeout food. All right. Really famous English takeout food. Do you know what this is?
Fries.
It's a really famous English food. We don't call these fries. And this is in batter. Do you know what it is in batter?
That looks like fish.
Yeah. Fish and
chips.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fish and chips. Very, very English meal. And the last one we've got is this guy. It's probably one of the most famous English American football players. He's not currently on a team, but he did win the Super Bowl as a starting player in 2018. Do you know who this running back is?
No, I don't.
He played for the Miami Dolphins and the Eagles. He beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl like 2 years ago, I think it was. No?
See, when I see a running back like that, I think of LeGarrette Blount.
He's a very similar player to LeGarrette Blount, isn't he? Do you want first? Okay, I'll give you your first name. His name is Jay. Jay.
Oh no.
You don't know our Jay?
No. Jay?
He's not in the league anymore. He's been forgotten about now.
Yeah.
He's not in the league anymore. You know what, Jay, if you're ever watching this, bro, you're not in the league anymore, bro. So ain't about you anymore. That's cool. Well, we're coming to the very end. We've got 3 minutes to cram these last 6 questions in. So we have got 6 questions for you. It's called This or That. We're just going to give you 2 things, and you just tell us which one you'd rather and why. So, Nick, do you want to go first?
Well, so would you rather win the national championship with Baylor or be a first-round pick?
I think win a national championship, and I'm sure I get drafted high just because we won a national championship.
Yeah,
that's a smart answer, isn't it?
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah.
Would you rather win the Heisman or go to the NFL Hall of Fame at the end of your career?
The NFL Hall of Fame for sure.
Why?
I mean, that's why I do it. You know, I'm chasing greatness. I'm chasing perfection. So, you know, I want to be a Hall of Famer for sure.
That's a good answer. Answer. Right. I know you happily. This disclaimer. We always say this, that you're more than happy to play for any NFL team, but this is a game and it's fine. Would you rather join a team that's just won the Super Bowl? That's really fitting. I've just wore this jersey. Just won the Super Bowl. Or a team that's just started a rebuild? and what would be your reasoning?
A team that just won a Super Bowl.
Ooh.
Just because, the standards would already be set high. Like, they would already give me the ground rules and everything. We most likely would get a two-peat.
I like that. That's a great answer. But at the same time, you'd more than happy to play for the guy who's got the number 1 overall pick, wouldn't you?
No doubt.
Of course. We're just having your back, just in case,
So, this next question: would you rather play in a cold weather state or a hot weather state?
A hot weather state, just so I can start fast. Gotta start the game off fast. It's a cold state. Then I'm gonna start a little slower. I might have to do a whole lot more just to warm up.
Probably the best answer we've had to that question.
Yeah, that is actually. We usually just get hot or cold, and we don't really know what to follow up with. But you kind of answer yourself like, because you need to get going, and if it's cold, it's harder to get going. Well, that's a very logical answer. It's the first time we've had that, but yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm a bit taken aback. I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good answer. It's a good answer.
Do you see yourself as a locker room leader, or do you quietly go about your business?
Come again?
Do you see yourself as a locker room leader, or do you quietly go about your business?
Yeah, I just get straight to work and go back home.
I mean, that do you know what? That's absolutely fine. Some people feel a little bit intimidated to say, well, I know I do like, I do like to like help my teammates and stuff, but sometimes, there's being a leader. It's not a disrespectful thing to say that someone isn't the guy who's really loud.
Oh, you said a leader. I still didn't really hear the question. You said a locker room leader?
Locker room leader, yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. That's the only way, we'll get better as a team. So yeah, I love, just being vocal, just getting guys going, and if somebody not doing the right thing, I'm gonna tell them, but it's just a certain way to talk to people, So yeah, of course, I'd love to be a leader.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut my bit out after this. Like when we do this, run this back, I'm gonna cut my bit out. It's true though. Like not everyone, like it's completely fine. Some people are quite. We interviewed a guy who was really like a really shy guy, and he said like, I'm always there for my teammates, but I'm not a loud voice, and that is absolutely fine. But you are, so that's cool. All right, this is the very, very last question, and all the other questions before come after this. This is the most important question, and I'm really hoping you give us the right answer, which I'm sure you will. So let's take this right. You're on an NFL team, okay? Wherever you want to be, you're there. And Roger Goodell, the commissioner, he comes and sees your GM, and he said, "Hey, we've got your team scheduled to play one of your games overseas in London in front of the 90,000 fans in the UK as part of the London Games. Would you want them to say, no, we're good, pass it on to another team, or would you want them to say, yes, let's go to London?"
Of course. That sounds lit.
That's exactly the question. That's exactly the answer we wanted. Because it's cool. Some teams come over like on the Thursday or Wednesday and don't play till the Sunday, and you get to have a little tour around London and spend some time. And the fans are crazy for it. The fans are so crazy. Like tickets sell out so quick. It's always amazing. And then you can travel. But it is a long flight though. It's like 9 hours, like 9 hours ish.
Oh yeah, that's not too bad. It's
okay. You can deal with that. Yeah. That's cool. Well, WBK, thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate it. I'm going to ask, I've got a little question that I want to ask from this moment onwards. And it might sound like a stupid question, but obviously we've interviewed a few guys before, and I'd love to know. We reached out to you because we really wanted to hear from you. We knew of your talents and the path that you're on. But why did you reach back out and said you were happy to do something like this?
I'm just here for the people, really. I'm here for the fans, y'all the people that, support me. So, I'm going to support y'all.
I promise you that we ride with the guys who reach back to us. So we will
Yes, sir.
continue as a group, as a UK fan base, to continue to support you in your senior season and beyond. Let's get the name William Bradley King out there before the draft so everybody knows about you. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us from Texas. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
No problem, man. All love.
oh, love it. So yeah, you stay safe. Stay safe. Obviously, it's a strange, weird, scary time for the whole world. We've all been affected by it, and that's one thing we all have in common. But the other thing that we all have in common is if there wasn't a college football season, I think we'd all go absolutely crazy. For sure. So stay safe, stay healthy, have a fantastic season, and we'll be like dropping you a message saying, look, do you remember us when you're in the NFL? Come spend a little bit of another 20-30 minutes with us for another chat if you're around.
Yeah, no doubt.
Love it. All right. Hey, stay safe, take care, and see you later, bro.
All right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.